Hello everyone and welcome again in this new video tutorial. Today guys, I'm going to show you how you can make Windows run faster or how to enhance the Windows 10 or how to make it more performant. So basically you might have seen that your computer is being slow, it doesn't work as properly. However, there is several methods how you can make it running better. First of all, please make sure that, for example, for those who use Adobe After Effects, Photoshop, make sure that you have good processor i3 as a minimum because the processor will play a huge role in that, and also graphic cards, because if you have a higher requirement of graphic or calculation, then you need a higher processor. Also, you can also upgrade if you have 4 GB RAM. If you have 4, then I will suggest to you, if you have 4 GB RAM, I will suggest to you to upgrade to 8 or to 12 or even 16 gigabit if your computer can run it or if it's compatible with your computer. For the processor case, you can also try to upgrade your processor if it's compatible. Also, the graphic card, you can get another graphic card or higher if it's compatible with your computer. Also, the last thing on hardware changement or update, you have to check if your hard disk is good enough or is working good. Otherwise, I would suggest you, if you have, for example, 200 giga, I would suggest you to upgrade to 500 or even more, because due to the accumulation of updates, you might see that the hard disk is full and the computer being slow. Otherwise, I would suggest for better performance to switch to SSD because they are known to be faster and better. Also, concerning the RAM, I would suggest you to get a RAM with higher frequency. If, for example, you have 1.2, then if you can try to get 2 gigahertz as in a RAM as frequency, because this will make your computer work much better and maybe faster. The last thing which I want to discuss with you about hard disk before passing to the next part of our video is the speed of your hard disk. So maybe you realize that your hard disk is also slow or something. So I would suggest you, if you have a hard disk which has the property of 5,400 RPM, then I would suggest you to switch to 7,200 RPM or even 10,000 RPM, because this makes the hard disk faster, and this makes influence also in Windows. Windows, it influences it, and it makes it either working better or working with low performance. So this was all about hardware updates or upgrades. Now we will go to the software part. So first of all, we want to make sure that our hard disk is being cleaned properly. So we go to hard disk, we clean up properties, and we make sure that we are having disk cleanup. Sometimes the accumulation of these files in the memory of the hard disk, it makes the disk running slower and in the same time slowing Windows 10. So we'll just wait a bit until this window pop up, and I will show you how you can do this cleanup. So I will stop the video and we'll continue later. So now that the process have finished, as you can see, there is some file to be deleted. Some of them are selected automatically. If you're working on a program, I wouldn't suggest you to delete temporary files, because you might see your program crashing. So you will leave it until you finish your work, and then you can do this process. So we'll just click OK, and we'll click delete files. And this might take a few seconds to a few minutes, and it should be fine. Also, the other thing, we will go to Tools, and we will check for disk errors. So we will scan the drive. If there is any errors, they will get repaired, and this will also rise up the performance of Windows if the slowness was related to disk errors. So let's start the scan, and let's stop the video, because this might take a few seconds to a few minutes. I will stop the video, and once the process is finished, I will show you the outcome. So now that the window will, the system will come with this outcome, either there is errors or either there is nothing. So here, the error checking windows, it says that your drive was successfully scanned, Windows successfully scanned the drive, no errors were found. So now this means it's fine. If they will find anything, they will show it to you and they will help you to resolve it. Otherwise, you might need to change your hard disk. The last thing to check on the hardware or on the hard disk is to optimize it by defragmentation. So you just click on it, and here we will change settings, And please make sure that you are running on a schedule recommended and that you set either weekly or monthly, depending on how much or how often you use your computer. And also, please select notify me if there is consecutive schedule runs are missed. So please select this both and click OK, and then it should be fine. Now what we're going to do, we are going to run analyze for each disk, and this will analyze if we can potentially defragment one of the hard disks or one of the partitions, and we will do it. So basically, the fragmentation is just reorganizing files on the hard drive to optimize the system and to make the computer working better. So we'll click optimize. This might take few minutes to maybe few hours if you have never done it. And it depends also on how large or how big is the files which you have on your computer. So I will stop the video and I will restart again once the process is over. So now that the process is over, I have done it for the two others, so we'll just close. Now we will close also this one. The next step to do is to make sure that there is not many programs starting when the computer turn on. So we'll just click on the taskbar with the right button of the mouse and we'll open Task Manager. So what we're going to do, or what you have to do, you have to disable the programs which turn on once the computer is pressed on or turned on. So basically, when I turn on my computer, these programs are starting. So I will just disable the ones which I don't need. For example, these two, the OneDrive, I don't use it. Media Player, I don't use it. So that's it. So all these programs, I don't use them. So basically, by disabling them, I'm making my computer running faster. So we'll just close here. And then we will go to the other section. It's Microsoft configuration. We will type msconfig, msconfig, and we'll click system configuration. Here normally some people, they have normal startup or diagnostic startup, but what I will suggest to you, selective startup, and select load startup items and load system services. And you have to click apply and to click OK so that it get taken in consideration. Also, the last thing on the start, on the boot, please do not try to change anything here because here you have default operating system. So for instance, after you have updated the general startup selection, you just click apply, OK, and you close. The other thing which we will have to make sure, that there is not many application working on the background and and your computer is not updating other computers. How we can do that? We will just go to settings, we'll open them, and we will check one by one. So to check if your computer is not trying to update other computers on the network, you go to update and security. And here, guys, you have to click on advanced options. And here you have to select first notify to schedule a restart so that the computer doesn't bother you by restarting when you are working. And here we'll go to choose how updates are delivered. By default, on the all new computers of the computers has updated to Windows 10, you have this on. So to reverse it, you have to click off on the other side, and this also will help you to make your computer running faster. And then you go back, and then we will go to privacy, and we will make sure that there is not many applications running on the background. So you go to background applications on the down on the left side, and you disable all the applications which you don't need. For example, I'm not a gamer. Xbox, I will just turn it off. I don't buy programs from Windows Store, so I will just delete it. I will just turn it off. Skype video, I'm not using it. I will just turn it off. And you can do this with all these applications which are here. Once you are done, then you have to take the other step and to check if there is any application which is working on the background and which you don't have to use. So that was it concerning turning off applications from the background, and this will help you a lot to make Windows more performant. The last step is to go to Control Panel and to check how the startup is being managed. So we'll go to Security and System and Security. If it doesn't show like this, just change the view from small icons, for example, or large icons to category. and then go to the system and security category. And from here, please look for power options. So here, sometimes you, by some mistakes, you have selected power saver or, for example, low performance. So you can always select high performance, and this might also help you to make Windows more performant or the computer running faster. However, please bear in mind that high performance consumes the battery very fast. So for me, I leave it on the recommended stage. Also, you have to choose what the power button does. And from here, we will change settings that are currently unavailable. So basically, Windows 10 is coming with a new option, which is turn on fast startup. So if you leave this option and you click Save Changes, your computer will turn on and turn off faster. And this might also help you if you want to restart your computer faster. Otherwise, I will just leave it as it is. And then you have to select Save Changes, and the magic is done. I hope this video tutorial was useful to you guys. If you still need help, or you want us to support you with something, you can always contact us and we'll always reply to you. Thanks for watching, and talk to you soon in a new video.